He is either one of the crowned princes of modern art or one of the emperors running around with no clothes. No matter which way you look at him, Jeff Koons makes an impression, and he may soon leave his mark on Seattle. Lucy Mohl reports.
Whether it's Michael Jackson or an inflatable bunny rabbit encased in stainless steel, or just what it's like to be an artist making lots of money, Jeff Koons has something to say.
Well, I don't think there's any virtue in at all as far as being a starving artist.
And even though what he says might seem obvious, Koons has a way of saying it like nobody else. He belongs to a small group of New York artists who can be described as hot, famous for their work, famous for their success, famous because that's what they decided to become.
I wanted the responsibility of leadership. And, you know, if you want it and it's given to you on a silver platter because nobody else wants it, they think they want it, but they really don't.
Koons not only knew what he wanted, he knew how to get it, dropping out of the art world in the early 80s, working as a stockbroker to finance his art. He made his comeback in 1985 and made his name by taking the stuff of everyday life and making it into Koons-style kitsch. Vacuum cleaners, basketballs, basketball stars. Koons loves to celebrate what the rest of the world loathes or simply overlooks, and he's trying to get an audience that might have a soft spot for Bob Hope or porcelain pigs to celebrate it too.
Instead of feeling the guilt and shame of things that they like and who they are and what their desires are, that they would have the self-confidence to move forward, embrace themselves, embrace the things that they like, the colors they like, the sexuality they like, the spiritual aspects of their life they like, and to move forward.
Koons is perpetually moving forward, now making a film called Made in Heaven with the Italian porn movie star Cicciolina, and now also a finalist to create a permanent piece of art for the front of the downtown Seattle Art Museum. What it would be is anyone's guess, but the artists whose past shows have titles like Ushering in Banality will surely once again have something to say.
I really don't care about the response of what the art world thinks of my art. I believe in it, and God's on my side.
Lucy Mohl, King 5 News.
We'll call that confident.
A confident young man. Yeah. Well, how about
check with God on that one?
We've been asking ourselves.
My effort, simply, honestly, introspectively, and from solitude, is to ground humankind in the nature of things.
Nature is basically the same everywhere. The same movement and motion exist in the mountains as exist in the ocean.
I cover my surface completely, and I put my plastic elements into motion up to the four corners. Everything stirs, everything moves, and everything becomes animated.
From the beginning, the Seattle Art Museum was committed to collecting works by living artists of the region, especially the acknowledged masters of what became known as the Northwest School.
The art of Toby and Graves was known nationwide in the 40s, and they are our claim to national and international fame in the Northwest, and probably the reason we have two galleries that are devoted to Northwest art. This is an extremely rare, in fact, I know of no other museum that is not a history museum that devotes 2 rooms to art of its region.
The first of the 2 galleries pays homage to Toby and Graves and their contemporaries. In the second gallery, where works will rotate every few months, the museum will show the Northwest artists of this generation, artists at work now in studios around the region.
One thing about Seattle is you're not here particularly for the sales or particularly for a big market. And I think people that live here and are artists here are here because the region is so rich visually.
The 20 years that I've been here have been really my adult time of being an artist, and it's been wonderful.
Coming out here, we've been here for the past, this is our 18th year here now, and as a result, I think my composition and color, tonal color, has opened up.
I think we're particularly blessed here with a lot of artwork that came from crafts media and the crafts field, the richness of materials that is in this gallery, the glass, the clay, the beading, I think may be a surprise and I hope a pleasure to people who come visit.
One of the gallery's most stunning surprises is Michael Spafford's 12 Labors of Hercules, an enormous pair of oil paintings on the same theme as his renowned murals for the Washington State Capitol.
It's a marvelous piece. It's huge. We've almost never been able to put it on exhibition because of its size. And here it seems as if we have a gallery that has been made to exhibit this piece. And people who have come by all have been stopped cold, I think, in the corridor to see the Spafford against the back wall.
Just next door to the Northwest Modern Galleries, the Seattle Art Museum will show its youngest collection, photography. Unlike its counterparts at many larger museums, this is a collection with a very specific focus.
What we were trying to do when we started collecting back in 1982 in a serious way was to explore the connections between documentary and expressive or art photography.
Documentary photographs from the late 1800s are coupled with the landscapes of our own time, uncovering unlikely echoes.
What's nice about the situation here is that it's on the wall. It's not writing about the history of photography. The pictures are duking it out on the wall, you know, to see where the ideas are interesting and where they're not.
Marcia Burns' Yaz and Edward Curtis's Before the White Man Came make another interesting pair.
Both of these pictures are playing with conventions, mental conventions of what pictures should look like rather than the realities of the two people. And they both have a great deal of charm.
The photography gallery, where prints will also be shown in later installations, is a room that rewards viewers for coming up close and stopping long enough to be stunned.
If I had to choose favorites in this gallery, I think my absolute favorite would be the Diane Arbus picture of the Coney Island House of Horrors, which is so clearly a reference to her major project, which was to blast the light of her intelligence into the darkness of people's moral ideas.